If your child is constantly melting down and you feel like you're failing them, you're not alone. But here's the truth no one ever told us. A tantrum isn't a sign that your child is broken. It's a sign they're overwhelmed and asking for your help in the only way they know how. Once you learn how to decode the message behind the meltdown, everything changes. You stop reacting, you start connecting, and parenting becomes a whole lot more peaceful. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And if you've ever felt like a bad parent for not knowing how, this is your permission slip to let that shame go. Most of us were raised to believe that a child crying, shouting, or acting out meant they were being naughty, that they needed punishment, a timeout, a stern voice, maybe even a threat of consequences. But what if that framework is completely upside down? Because here's what modern neuroscience and a whole lot of lived experience tells us. Tantrums aren't power plays, they're panic attacks. Your child isn't giving you a hard time, they're having a hard time. What looks like defiance is often dysregulation. What looks like manipulation is often a nervous system in distress. And what we've been taught to do, yell, punish, withdraw love, doesn't calm that distress. It deepens it. Let's be real for a moment. When your child loses it in the supermarket aisle or refuses to brush their teeth for the 100th time, your own body tenses. You feel the surge, the frustration, maybe even the rage, because suddenly it's not just about the toothbrush, it's about respect, control, feeling out of your depth. And that reaction, that's not weakness. That's your own nervous system firing up, probably because no one helped you regulate your emotions when you were small. This is where the real work of parenting begins, not with getting your child to obey, but with learning how to stay grounded even when they're spiraling. Because your nervous system becomes the anchor for theirs. They borrow your calm, or they absorb your chaos. The real question is, who do you become when things get hard? So let's talk about what a tantrum really is. Imagine being 3 years old. Your brain is still developing. You have almost no ability to express complex emotions. You don't even have the words for what you're feeling. Suddenly, something feels wrong. Maybe it's too noisy. Maybe you feel disconnected. Maybe you wanted the blue cup, not the red one. And now your whole world feels out of control. You scream, you cry, you hit. Not because you're bad, but because you don't know how to say, I feel overwhelmed and I don't know what to do. Now imagine in that moment, the adult you trust most looks at you and says, stop it. Go to your room. I've had enough. In that moment, what the child learns isn't emotional regulation. They learn that big feelings make people go away, that love might be conditional, that they are too much. But it doesn't have to be that way. When your child melts down, you don't need a script. You don't need to fix it. What they need is your presence, your calm, your ability to hold the storm without becoming the storm. Here's what that can look like. You pause, you breathe, you get down to their level. You say, I can see you're really upset right now. You don't rush to solve it. You just stay steady, kind, safe. That might not sound like much, but it's everything. Because you're teaching your child, your feelings are okay. You're not too much. I'm still here. Over time, that safety becomes their inner voice. They learn emotional regulation not because you demanded it, but because you modeled it. You didn't force them to be calm. You showed them how. When we stop trying to control our kids and start connecting with them, everything changes. You still have boundaries. You still guide them. But it's no longer about power. It's about partnership. The tantrums, they still happen, but they don't scare you anymore because you understand them now. You respond, instead of react, and your child begins to trust you, not just when they're behaving well, but when they're falling apart. That's the foundation of emotional safety. That's how you become the connected parent your child needs. If this resonated and you want to raise emotionally healthy kids without shame or fear, hit subscribe. You've got this.